Hi, so today I want to talk to you about fucking feelings. Now we can all just take a step back and say, what the fuck is going on? This shit is really weird. And if you don't believe me, then we're pretty much on the same page here because I can't believe a lot of this stuff myself. And even if you think I'm batshit crazy and just talking nonsense, hopefully you'll at least be able to relate to this video on a human level and understanding of what emotions feel like. I am really the last person I would have ever expected something like this to happen to because I've naturally been very sort of insensitive to how other people are feeling, like very out of tune with it, and I had trouble just even having consideration for others a lot of times in my life. And this is something I'm not really sure if I want to share, but I'm going to share it anyway. Why am I going to share it? I don't know, maybe because I feel like taking a risk or something, but pretty much I've been absorbing other people's feelings, and this only started recently, and it came on a little bit gradually, but it just started progressing so fast to the point where it became very overwhelming. I don't know where any of this is coming from. I don't know what's my feelings and what other people's feelings are, and I'm feeling like more than one person's feelings, like all at the same time. So it's definitely something that I can deal with. I don't think anyone needs to take pity on me and be like, oh, Penny needs our help or whatever, or poor Penny. But it's just crazy. I get things like sadness, worry, extreme paranoia, stress. I think just about anything. And what's really difficult is in trying to place where it's coming from, even if I have a good idea who it's coming from, like it's someone I'm sitting right next to and I know it's them, a lot of times they lie about how they're feeling. They don't want to talk about it. But I don't even have to be sitting next to someone in order to absorb their feelings. Like, I can pick up people's feelings just because I know them, even if they're on like the other side of the continent. It doesn't matter. And then I feel like I have to like track people down and figure out where it's coming from. And I want to know why I'm feeling what I'm feeling, but I know it's not really my right because it's not really my feeling. And then when I do research on this stuff and how to handle being an empath, the general approach tends to be to just try and tune everything out, like meditate, make it go away, not feel other people's emotions. And I don't like the idea of that, for one, because I want to be able to help people, and I feel like I shouldn't ignore it. I should do something if I'm feeling these things, and I should be able to help people, but I know a lot of times people are just going to think I'm being rude and they're not going to want my help. But I think if they like really believed me that I am feeling what they're feeling, then maybe they would at least want to help themselves in order to help someone else. Because I think there are a lot of people who care more about other people's psychological well-being than they care about their own. And it's okay to them if they're just feeling depressed and horrible and miserable, but they wouldn't want their friend to be going through that. And then on the other end of things, I'm picking up depression from people. And depression is such an empty, hopeless feeling. Like, I would rather feel anything other than depression. Give me anything. Give me stress, give me lust, give me anxiety, give me fear, give me anger, hatred, give me anything except for depression. Because at least those other emotions are more productive, and I don't like this feeling of just like static and like nothing is going on. And when I get too much of that, I feel like I become addicted to the negative emotions because I just want something to replace the depression with. I don't want to feel empty. And even stress is a very productive feeling. Like, stress in a way is a good thing. It means you have things going on, but depression is like a lack of things going on. And a lack of desire to make anything change. And believe me, I've gone through my own periods of depression in my life, but I just don't want to feel that again. Like, I am so over that feeling. And then when I end up getting that, especially since I can absorb other people's feelings, I will just look to anywhere I can in order to get something other than depression. And then that takes on a very self-destructive sort of behavior, which I'm sure is a tribute to my planets and Chiron in the 12th house. And I don't really mind that. There's something I like about the idea of self-destruction, and it's not because I have any sort of self-hate or because I don't want to thrive in my life. It's just because I usually feel like I have so much control over things and I'm handling everything just fine, and to an extent I really want to lose control. Like, I don't always want to be that responsible person, and then I just get to the point where I completely just want to let myself screw everything up. And I started playing World of Warcraft a lot lately when I could be doing more productive things. And there are good reasons for that, but there are also bad reasons. Like, I pretty much destroyed my own self-control and boundaries from when I'm allowed to play and when I'm not allowed to play. And I started playing just whenever my daughter doesn't need me and I don't need to be watching her. Because for one, I think there are so many people there who have feelings, like very negative feelings for one. They have a lot of things going on in their life, and maybe a lot of them are depressed, but then there are others who just go through all these other things, and it's just such a good place to like get all this shit from. Don't get me wrong, playing World of Warcraft is fun. That's one of my reasons for playing so much. But then there's also the fact that all of my most lasting relationships, people I've been talking to for long periods of time, they have all come from playing World of Warcraft. Like, I met my husband on World of Warcraft. I met most of my like really close good friends on World of Warcraft. And people I meet in person, they just come and go so often, and I get sick of it. Like, I really want to get to know people. I do not like small talk. And there might be a lot of like, well, there isn't really small talk in WoW because people, for the most part, aren't trying to get to know each other. So they mostly end up talking about the game, which is fine. We're all talking about something we enjoy. But then when we do talk about something, it's usually very meaningful. Like, it gets to the point for the most part. And I guess I'm just sick of going through these processes of like all this small talk with people, and I move around a lot. I know I'm not going to know them for that long. But yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on with me. Don't get me wrong, I haven't been like completely slacking. I still do productive things. I'm working towards building the website and having people help with that. I'm trying to learn more programming languages, and I'm like visually planning what I want the website to look like, what I want to be on there. I've still been studying like numerology and astrology and stuff, but I've just been like so sucked in by this negative energy, and I honestly don't really have a problem with that. I don't want to surround myself in white light. I don't want to build any kind of barrier against that because I like it to an extent. Even if I feel like I'm overwhelmed and I can't breathe, to an extent it never really bothers me that much. Like, nothing ever really eats away at me because I know they're just feelings, and I guess I'm just kind of very detached from that. And maybe sometimes if I get too focused in on a specific feeling, it can start to eat away at me. And like I've said, I have a very addictive personality, and it's only when I get addicted to things that I make progress. Like, I was addicted to astrology, and I became an astrologer. And addiction can go on, I mean, it can be a very bad thing too, like not getting sleep because there's something else you'd rather be doing because you're addicted to it. But it's just everything in life, every little descriptive word that we have in astrology, it can be a good thing or a bad thing. Even, say, an Aries is impulsive and impatient. Yes, those are negative words, but they can be used in very positive ways as well. And that's pretty much how I use addiction in my life. And I talk about addiction so much, I feel like people are naturally going to assume drugs, because when you hear addiction, you think like, oh, drugs and alcohol, and that's really never been my problem. Maybe alcohol to a small extent, but never drugs. Granted, I can relate to people who are addicted to drugs because I understand it, because I have an addictive nature too. So what did I really want to achieve by making this video? I don't know, but ultimately I want you to understand that my life is great and I'm a really happy person, but I've just been like sucked in by this stuff. And no one needs to be worried about me. I mean, I have so much going for me, and my daughter started crawling, and of course that's chaos too, but I just wanted to talk about this, I guess. And I want people to understand, and there's a part of me that wishes I could just like force everyone to always tell me how they're feeling so I can know like where it's coming from. Because when I don't know where it's coming from, I might as well just be crazy, because I have no proof that it's not just coming from me, and like maybe I'm bipolar or something, and logically minded people I think would immediately want to jump to that conclusion, like, oh, you're bipolar if you keep feeling all these different things at the same time and just like switching from one thing to another. But truthfully, I really know the difference most of the time when it's not my feeling, because I know what I'm feeling. I know that I have so much happiness in my life. I know that I don't have anything that is making me nervous or have severe anxiety that includes like starting to feel nauseous. I don't have anything like that going on right now in my life, but then I end up picking it up and I have to figure out who's feeling that just so that I can feel sane. Another thing I've been thinking about lately regarding my destructive tendencies is that I really wouldn't care if I lost every single one of my YouTube subscribers, and that just seems chaotic because I really value that I have people who want to listen to what I have to say, and I don't want to get too like touchy-feely, but I love my subscribers. Like, I love you guys. I know. So, but really just being myself and being honest is more important to me. And I want to make sure I have people here who really like me and don't just like what they think I am or what they see with their own imagination. I want people to know who I really am. I don't want to have this fake sort of appreciation or admiration. And if I say something crazy like this, like about how I think I'm psychic and I think I'm an empath, I don't care if I lose subscribers for that. If I say something people don't agree with and I lose subscribers for that, or people don't like the way I act, I don't care. Because as long as I like the way I act and I'm staying true to myself, then I will know that the people who like me really like me. And as someone who has their sun in the 12th house, that's something I've had a hard time with in life. And as a Leo, I want people to like me. And I don't want to indulge in any fake admiration that comes from someone who feels like they were deceived and they don't know who I really am. So it's just a crazy thought, I guess. And then it even comes down to the idea that by doing things that are controversial and getting rid of people who are not in the right place, like I'm kind of weeding things out and making things right. So if you want to unsubscribe from my channel, fuck yeah, fucking do it. Like, just go. I don't really I'll be happy if you unsubscribe from my channel because you didn't like something that I said or something that I did. And ultimately that'll allow me to put more value into the people who stay and who are subscribed to my channel. And just trying to do something that pleases everyone is just not my thing.